One day I'm gonna be everything I wanna be. I don't let it get the most of me. One day I'm gonna be free. I wanna be everything I'm gonna be. My future right in front of me. One day I'm gonna be free. I wanna be free. Then let me be free. From the depths of darkness, a voice emerges. A host with a fire burning in his soul. With a heart, steel, and a spirit unbroken. He rides up to his ready to claim his throne. Amidst the chaos and the thunderous roar. Insane wheels rise as a force to be reckoned with. Fueled by the power that only metal can bestow. He takes his step, refusing to submit. Insane wheels hear his battle cry. Metal and mayhem will never die. Rituals report he paves his way. More legend in the making, day by day.
Good morning to everyone, man, and happy freaking Monday. It is a beautiful Monday morning here in Northern Alabama. It sure the fuck is. Absolutely. So, we got a lot of things to discuss today. As you guys can see, we have a big title, top news, Israel's plan to take over Gaza, as well as an update on, I guess, the trial for Diddy. No Diddy, by the way, kids. And Conclave to choose new pope, man. So I guess there's like 3 or something like that. But we're going to get into that shit here in a moment. And as well, if you guys don't know, Lucy is actually in surgery right now. She's getting her spade done. And she'll be back here in a couple of hours. So we dropped her off at like 8 in the morning. So anyways, hopefully you guys are all doing good, man. Good to see everyone, especially you guys here in the Breakfast Club, man. Make sure you guys hit the like button before we get started, man. It's the #1 metric of all of YouTube. Helps out the show immensely, and it's free to do so. What else is free? Is hitting that subscribe button. If you guys are brand new to the show, hit that sub button, man. Also, please consider becoming a member starting only at $2.99 a month. We make sure that we are not breaking the bank out here with anybody, hopefully, and if it's going to break the bank, don't sign up. Yeah, I don't want to do that to anybody. But this is exactly how we get to speak freely on this channel, and we don't have to cater to views because of you guys, man. You guys are the absolute #1 support in this. Little side note, follow my Instagram right here at BallValveTV, where I post everything behind the scenes of not only my lifestyle, but of the show, as well as Millennial Food Time. It's a great way to get a hold of me personally, and then be able to keep up with what I'm doing basically in my daily life. And you can also direct message me over there. Okay, so last but not least, of course, listen, if every single super chat, gifted membership, sign up membership, gifted memberships, all those things are, of course, going to be announced and shouted out live onto the show. But of course, we have these platforms scrolling at the bottom here because, listen, YouTube takes a wild, wicked 30% cut from all super chats, gifted members, all that stuff. It's what they do. It's how they make their bread too. But listen, we got to make our bread too over here. You know what I mean? So, of course, I will be shouting you and your message out on those platforms, and maybe you should.
Maybe you need to donate some freaking money. Donate. Maybe you need to donate some freaking money. Maybe you need to donate some freaking money. Donate. Maybe you need to donate some freaking money. Donate some freaking
shit. But hey, listen, he said it. I didn't say that shit. You know what I mean?
Stop the cap.
Anyways, good to see everyone, man. We got all of you guys up in here. We got brother SNS. We got freaking Hardwire. We've got Naomi. We've got brother Steve Easy. We've got Rabbit of Chaos. Brother Glare 1%er. What up, Chase? My man. I like that. You always got to play some word games over here with my last name. But hey, what's up, Chase? Good to see you, man. Always appreciate you guys hanging out with us on this side of the equation, man. On this side of the internet. Damn, I missed you guys and gals, and even Mike a little. Yeah, it's true. It's true.
Oh, shit.
I missed you guys too. You know, trust me, it was really hard not to do a show. As you guys know, I could have theoretically done it from my phone or whatever, but I was like, you know what? That's just, I'm not going to be in the right mind space. I'm going to be too like involved in my child at the, you know, in like being active and there and being on standby. That was the biggest thing is I didn't visit anyone when I was in California. I just was on standby 100% of the time, you know. And I knew that I can come back and I can do anything I want, but that was a very special trip. We got Brother Straight Jacket up in the building. Shout out to my man right there. Good morning to you, kind sir. We got Tiffany Lance as well saying, hope everyone has a good Monday. Hopefully you do as well as Brother Lee. Hopefully he's doing good. Let's see who else is in here, man. I'm scrolling. My bad, everybody. But yes, I'm hoping everyone's doing fantastic on this Monday as well. Makes me want to go eat shit. Also, Lucy's, as you guys can see, there's a plate right here. So Lucy, we found out that if you put a plate down and then her water bowl on top of that, she can't flip it. Like she has this like thing about flipping everything. And she makes a mess all the fucking time doing that. Well, for some reason, I don't know why she can't do it with the plate like that. But anyways, I had to pick up her water bowl last night because she was going into surgery this morning. So they told me, hey, you can't feed her or allow her to drink any water at all past midnight. So you have to like pick up the bowl and shit like that. And I'm like, okay, well, I don't give a shit about that. I mean, I'll go ahead and dump it. But yeah, that's why you see a random ass plate right there. But hey, I like to be able to explain things before people start asking me shit. You know what I mean? Then I can just be like, refer back to the top of the hour. Let's see here. Yes, exactly. Oh, had the worst hangover for 2 days. Oh shit. I'm not even surprised. Fix blanket the way I had. Yes, I did fix it. That's right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and get into it. We have a lot to discuss, a lot of breaking news going on this morning, as well as some updates that are happening, obviously, that you guys can see from the title. But this last week, little side note, I know that this last week, there was a lot of news, and I didn't keep up with it every single fucking moment. I just didn't. I was not going to immerse myself when I was trying to enjoy family time. I wasn't going to just immerse myself in that shit. So I didn't, but I did see the headlines and I did watch a few things and I was like, holy shit, man. I mean, there was a couple of mass shootings in one day. I believe one was in Michigan and one was in, I forget what the other state was, but it was like wild. It was kind of wild. There was like one person that was unalived in the first shooting and there was like 19 or 7, something like that, 17 like innocent bystanders that got injured but not killed. And then there on the other case, there was a 2 and 2. It was 2 unalived and 2 injured. But man, it's like, fuck, man, there's a lot of shit going on. So you guys don't necessarily have to like this video for all the crazy nonsense that's happening in the world, but you guys can hit the like for me. You know, you guys can hit the like for me and my takes. All right, let's get into it. We're going to start off
7:45 here on the East Coast. Welcome back.
And I believe this starts off with us on Diddy, and then we're going to start talking about Diddy. Then I believe we're going to be talking about the tariffs with Trump regarding movies, his 100% tariff. That we're going to be discussing that, and then we're going to be going into Israel.
To live now from Fox, and good morning to you if you're just now tuning in. I'm Jeanne Francine. Right now we want to head out to the Big Apple as we are keeping a close eye on a top story there as it relates to Sean Diddy Combs, giving you a live look.
Yo, real quick, Chase, 100% W comment. I'm with you, cuh. I'm with you. I like that shit.
Outside of the courthouse there in Lower Manhattan, as Sean Diddy Combs will be in Manhattan federal court today for the start of his sex trafficking and racketeering trial. Fox 5 New York's Briella Tomasetti joining us live in Lower Manhattan with more on what to expect from today's proceedings.
Hey, man, it's all good. Hardwire says, I apologize for my show being fucked up yesterday. Hardwire is struggling lately with too much shit to do and no time to get it done. Hey, listen, man. That's what I hate about life, you know what I mean? Because it comes down to money and time. Because if you're trading time to make money or you're buying time with money, you know, that's why I was like, hey, motherfucker, you need to hire these guys to do this shit for you instead of you trying to do it. But, hey, you know, that's just my take. Just saying. But, hey, yeah, you were 45 minutes late, cuh. I was like, damn, dude, I'm not chilling with this, man. No, I'm just playing with you, man. I know how it goes. I'm just fucking around with you. We got freaking James Life Talks up in here saying, just coming through real fast. Glad I could see made it home safe. Yes, sir. I appreciate that. I hope the trip was fun time. Dropping a like too, bro. I very much appreciate that. We got Are We Not Men up in here. Good morning to you, kind sir, as well. We got Obi Joe, my man. Good to see you. Hopefully you're all enjoying your guys' morning so far. We just started up. And anyways, back into the jury selection begins today in the Diddy sex trafficking trial.
Proceedings. Briella, good morning.
That's where we're starting off with.
Yeah, good morning.
We'll start with this. Then we're going to go into the breaking news regarding the Trump tariff, the new one on movies, and then we're going to go into Israel.
Sean Diddy Combs built a business empire. He also had a stake in the fashion world. Today, though, he is pleading not guilty to federal charges. A pool of jurors tasked with deciding whether or not he spends the rest of his life in prison.
What do you guys think? So she just was bearing the question. She was just bearing the question. They're going to figure out if he's going to be spending the rest of his life behind bars. Do you guys think that he's going to only spend a little time, or do you think that he's going to spend the rest of his life in prison? What do you guys think? That's a genuine question, and I want to see where you guys lay. So, one, if he's going to spend the rest of his life in prison, or two, he's only going to be spending, maybe 10 years or 7 years or 3 years or something. Let me know what you guys think. All right, back to this.
Back in September, Sean Diddy Combs was indicted on charges of sex trafficking,
Posey.
racketeering, and transportation.
Real quick, I see my man's right here. We got Steve Posey up in the building, as well as Brother Mount. Hi, man. Good to see you. And yes, the left-handed tobacco is already lit and around and passed around. Yes, absolutely. Well, you mean there's still a place? Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
To engage
No,
in
he
prostitution.
has a couple of times.
He was arrested at a Manhattan hotel where he had been staying in anticipation of his eventual indictment, and he's been held without bail ever since then. Prosecutors allege that Combs used his business empire to conduct freak-offs, which they describe as highly orchestrated sex performances. They also claim he used his power and influence to...
See you. We got brother Dean Savage over there in Israel as well, man. Good to see you. And that's right. Don't pass go and don't be collecting no $200.
Force women into participating. The judge presiding over the trial, Arun Subramanian, was nominated to the Southern District.
The popping that you guys hear, by the way, is not me. That is the mainstream media, the lamestream media. They can't even get their audio right. It's something that bugs me. So I'm backing that up 10 seconds.
Sex performances. They also claim he used his power and influence to force women into participating. The judge presiding over the trial, Arun Subramanian, was nominated to the Southern District by former President Joe Biden in 2022 and confirmed by the U.S. Senate a year later. He ruled last week that Combs can wear non-prison clothing in the trial, and he's also allowing the 2016 surveillance video of Cassie Ventura being beaten by Combs to be used in court. The federal case revolves around 4 alleged victims who are all, by the way, expected to testify. This week, prosecutors and defense lawyers will choose 12 jurors plus 6 alternates. Attorney Amanda Riemann is not associated with the trial, but weighed in on what is expected to be a complicated process.
What's complicated about it? Fucking charge them up. We got allegedly saying, morning, everyone. Hopefully, hoping everyone is enjoying this warm Monday. Hug Lucy for me. Yes. And by the way, she's in surgery right now. She's getting spaded, but she'll be back here in like 2-3 hours. But yeah, appreciate you. Hopefully you're doing well this Monday morning. This is our first show back aside from the members only. Of course, if you guys are members and missed that on Saturday, make sure you guys go check that out. We reviewed some of the funniest arrests that happened on police camera, on the body camera. Oh man, it's awesome. Anyways, back to this.
When the prosecution is interviewing people for jury selection, they're going to be eliminating people.
Brother Beezer, I was waiting for you to show up. Once this story ends, Brother Beezer sent us something fucking awesome to open up live on stream. Lucy, he sent us a Lucy gift. So, and it literally is written out by the mail. Lucy Furball. That's her name. I like that because, hey, a little play on words on my last name. Shit.
People who really idolize this rapper, who have been big fans of this song since they were young teenagers, they're going to want that person active. On the other hand, the defense is going to be thinking, okay, well, wait a minute, this potential juror, they sympathize with women. They might be a little too sympathetic.
Now, alleged victims will...
I think that, sadly, you're right, Steve. Steve Posey, I think you're right. Especially with somebody that's got money, you know, you can usually buy your way out a little bit. Not all the time, but usually you can.
Be allowed to remain anonymous and use pseudonyms if they wish. Again, jury selection starting at 8:30, just a little while away from now, and then opening statements, if all goes according to schedule, will begin on Monday, May 12th. We are watching the
Yo, Papa Penguin, good morning to you, my man.
Gina. No high-profile arrivals just yet, but it is a busy day here with media already swarming the area directly.
Yeah, but guess what? You're just as touchable and reachable in PC than you are in GP. There's more people in PC now than there are in GP. So everyone's touchable, man. PC ain't going to save nobody.
Outside. We'll send it back inside to you.
All right, Fox 5 New York's Briella Tomasetti. I can only imagine how crowded it's going to be, obviously.
Oh, I thought it was with a D. I literally thought it was spaded. So spade. Okay. Hey, no, I appreciate that. Look, I have a lot of mic-isms. I just make up shit, you know, make up words. There are words that have come up in my life that I've just made up. One of them was fesh. I was trying to think of a chef, a food chef, and I kept saying fesh when I was a little kid. I don't know. I made up a whole bunch of words.
High profile case, Briella. Thank you so much for providing us the latest details. I hope you have a great rest of your day.
Thank you.
Thank you. And as we further dissect this story, I want to take you back out live in front of the courthouse to provide the latest information that we have here. My producer, Tania Sims, providing the side panel on the left side of your screen so we can fully see the latest information. You see there a detailed breakdown. Jury selection expected to begin today in the Sean Diddy Combs trial.
Yo, we got freaking Fester up in the building. Shout out to my man right there. Yes, sir. Hey, thank you so much for the gifted membership, by the way. Not only helping me, but you're helping someone in the Breakfast Club, man. So I very much appreciate that. And good morning to you.
Trial. Combs accused of racketeering, sex trafficking, and moving people for sex work. The three-time Grammy winner has been in jail since last September. This is a developing story, so make sure to stay tuned to Live Now from Fox, as there may be press conferences from attorneys this Monday. We have to step aside for a quick break. When we come back, we are following some breaking news as it relates to the Trump presidency.
Okay, so they're about to move into the tariffs right now. Y'all ain't been to the joint in a minute. The PC is full of people who fell off. It's a bad place. Yeah, that's fucking absolute facts right there. So listen, ladies and gentlemen, I got a very cool package that he didn't tell me to open up on stream or anything, but he actually sent this to me right before I went to California, and I missed it in time. You know, it was like the day that I was leaving. Anyways, I got this from Brother Beezer. It's written out to Lucy Furball. I like that. I like that a lot, man. What is this? No way. No way. She's got her own little vest now, cuh. Look at that. How rad is that? Dude, thank you so much for sending this. This is going to be awesome. I'm going to put this on her. And then, you know, I'm going to take a photo op of her. man. So, hey, listen, thank you, man. Sincerely, that's awesome. I like it a lot, man. I like it a lot. Yes, sir. All right. All right. Let's go ahead and get into the new tariffs regarding movies now. It's going to be
Details
interesting.
in just 2 quick minutes.
No, we ain't doing no fucking quick 2 minutes. I don't know why they always try to force that on us. All right, here we go.
Welcome back to Live Now from Fox, and good morning to you if you're just now tuning in. I'm Jeanette Francine. Right now, just into our Live Now from Fox studio, we are getting some breaking news as it relates to the Trump presidency. It takes us out to the White House, giving you a beautiful...
Yeah, so what you heard is Donald Trump wants to reopen Alcatraz. He did make a statement regarding it. Now, is this something that is an actual thing happening? No, I don't think so. But I do know that that is something that he said that he wants to do, and it may actually happen. I have no idea, but it wasn't like it was in the media to the point of like, this is absolutely going to happen. It's been signed and done, blah, blah, blah. It was just Trump saying something regarding it.
Live look there this Monday morning here at 7:51 on the East Coast. We are learning from our content partners over at the Associated Press that President Donald Trump is opening a new realm in his tariff war, targeting films made outside of the U.S. Again, this just into our Live Now from Fox Studios as we are working to find the latest information. We do know in a post Sunday night on his Truth Social platform, President Trump said he has authorized the Department of Commerce and the Office of the U.S. Trade Representative to slap a 100% tariff on any and all movies coming into our country that are produced in foreign lands. I actually have that quote for you from President Trump.
Are you saying that if we get 13 more members, we get to add more emotes? Shit.
The Truth Social, it's there on the left side of your screen. It says, quote, "The movie industry in America is dying a very fast death. Other countries are offering all sorts of incentives to draw our filmmakers and studios away from the United States. Hollywood and many other areas within the USA are being devastated. This is a concerted effort by other nations and therefore a national security threat. It is, in addition to everything else, messaging and propaganda." The president goes on to say, therefore, I am off.
No. Last time I went to the movies, Papa, and I'm a millennial, right? So you would think that, well, I guess I'm an outlier because I fucking hate movies. I just do. I like documentaries. I like educational shit. Not really into fiction. It's just never been a thing for me. But last time I went to the movies is I took my daughter to go to the movies. I don't know, before I moved here. So that was like the last time. The last time I went for me, though, probably was maybe 5 or 10 years back behind that, at least.
Authorizing the Department of Commerce and the United States Trade Representative
I think
to
it will
immediately begin the process of instituting a 100% tariff on any and all movies coming into our country that are produced in foreign lands. President Trump finalizes his statement by saying, quote, "We want movies made in America again." So, of course, this is a developing situation, as you can see with President Donald Trump's latest statements. It was not yet immediately clear how any such tariff on international productions could be implemented. It is common for both large and smaller films to include production both in the U.S. and other countries. AP reporting that big budget movies like the upcoming Mission Impossible, The Final Reckoning, for instance, are shot around the world.
Man, there's a lot of emojis now. I think we've got, how many total emojis do we have now, Naomi?
Incentive programs for years have influenced where movies are shot,
Absolutely
increasingly driving film production out of California and to other states and countries with favorable tax incentives like Canada and the United Kingdom. So this is a developing story. Make sure you're staying tuned to Live Now from Fox for the latest developments. As we go to our final 2-minute commercial break of the hour.
Well, not just that, but the lame-ass propaganda that it also comes with, usually American-made bullshit. It seems like we've always got to put some fucking narrative on it. It can't just be a fucking story. It's got to be a political agenda, or it, like everything down to our cartoons for our kids have become political, and that shit is not cool. yeah, they don't make any original movies anymore. Yeah, I mean, I would imagine that would be pretty hard to actually come up with concepts nowadays because everything's been done. I can only imagine that. But hey, I mean, creativity works in different ways. So I don't know, but I can't relate to it. We got 14 emotes. Man, that's awesome. That's fucking awesome.
You back out to the nation's capital, giving you a live look at the White House. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
No, we're skipping. Now we're going to Israel and to see what is going on with their war.
Give you a live look at the Israel-Gaza border as we are following breaking news on that front as well. This
breaking, what it says here is Israeli ministers approve plan to capture all of Gaza and remain there. Holy shit.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
Israel is doing the takeover. They're doing the takeover thing, man.
Monday morning, Israel approved plans this Monday to capture the entire Gaza Strip and remain in the Palestinian territory for an unspecified amount of time.
Which means indefinite. That means indefinite amount of time. We're taking over and all y'all motherfuckers are leaving and we live here now.
Israeli officials confirming that information to
We
the
own
Associated
this.
Press. We are learning that if implemented, it's a move that would vastly expand Israel's operations in Gaza and likely bring fierce international opposition. Israeli cabinet ministers approving the plan in an early morning vote hours after the Israeli military chief said the army was calling up tens of thousands of reserve soldiers. The new plan, which the officials said was meant to help Israel achieve its war aims of defeating Hamas and freeing hostages currently held in Gaza, also calls for hundreds of thousands of Palestinians to move to Gaza's south, which would likely lead to their forcible displacement and exacerbate an already dire humanitarian crisis.
Exactly, OB Joe. That's a sad thing, dude. I remember when I was watching Disney as a little kid, when my mom and, whatever would watch Disney with me when I was a little kid. She never had to explain shit to me. She was never like, oh, this means this and this is what they're doing. And yeah, this is weird. Like she never had to do any of that shit. And now especially with like even a Disney movie, there's a narrative to it. It's sad. It is sad.
We do have the very latest this morning from the Israeli government, the spokesman, David Menser, providing an update.
So Dean Savage, who lives over there in Israel, he's actually like very, very close, like 700 meters off of the Gaza Strip. He says they have given Hamas a deadline to release all before they go all in, meaning hostages, or do you mean them letting everyone know from their government to Hamas and their people, meaning the Palestinians? I'm assuming that they told them, we're coming in at this day. If you're here, it's going to be hell. So you better leave, kind of thing. I would assume that's what you meant by that.
To the media, I want to play out those comments for you now.
I knew it was coming too. I'm just glad we didn't do it. That's what I'm glad about. We didn't need to do it. They can do it them damn selves. I've always said this. Listen, man, who are we to tell any country what to do? As long as it's not my country doing it, essentially. Listen, if they feel that that's what they need to do, let them do that shit and let the hardships of those decisions fall on them and not us, and we don't need to fund this bullshit. All right, back to this.
Good afternoon, everyone. Shalom. I'm David Menser, spokesman for the National Public Diplomacy Directorate in the Prime Minister's office. Today is Monday, May 5th, day 577 since the October 7th atrocities. It's been 19 months since our nation was brutally attacked.
What's up, Miss Lotus, over there in Florida? Good to see you.
Now people taken, 59 hostages are being held by Hamas. Let me begin with a brief update, and then I'll open up the floor to your questions. Please put your questions in the chat together with your name and news outlet, and we'll take your questions. I begin with a heavy heart and a deep sense of duty today, We mourn the loss of courageous soldiers in Israel's armed forces. This raises the number of our fallen to 800.
No, I don't know that song. I honestly don't.
154.
I'm going to have to look it up.
Each one a son or daughter, a story, a life of promise taken away. Their sacrifice weighs heavily on all of us, but it also steels our national resolve. We honor them not only in grief, but in our unwavering commitment to defend this country and bring our people home. Sergeant Niv Dayag was 19 years old and from Ramat HaSharon. He lost his life in a car accident during an operational activity.
Yo, we got Dean, my man. What's really going on, he says. Well, what's really going on is Israel is capturing all of Gaza. That's what's happening. They're just taking over. That's what's happening. But good morning to you, kind sir. Good morning. Good morning. Hopefully you're enjoying your Monday morning as well as you, Wildcard. Good to see you as well. Welcome back, everybody, by the way. Appreciate you all hanging out with us over here on this side of the internet, because you guys could have been anywhere else, but you guys decided to be right here with me, man. I always appreciate it. We need to stay the hell out of it. Our interventions around the globe over the last 30-ish years have made the world a worse place. We need to go back to modified old school gunboat diplomacy. Yes. And I don't even look at it from a worldly standpoint of us being a good thing or a bad thing in other countries' eyes. I don't even care about that. I care about the money that could be used for Americans, because I'm like, at this point, like the way that I look at it, I'm a nationalist. I only care about Americans in politics, stuff like this. As long as we are not spending money, that's all I've got, because that money could be going to our people, our vets, our, it goes down the line. I mean, we could house our fucking homeless if we wanted to with that kind of money. But you know how it goes. Anyways.
Activity in the Golan Heights. Staff Sergeant Yali Seror was 20 and from Omer. He fell in battle in southern Gaza. Captain Norm Ravid.
Well, we're actively in the Middle East right now, Steve. You know what I mean? We're airstriking the fuck out of the Houthis down there in Yemen. It's like we're always involved over there somehow, some way, and we still got snipers in Syria right here, right now. Like, what are we doing?
He's 23 years old and from Shari Tikva. Both these servicemen were in the elite Yahalom unit of the Combat Engineering Corps and were killed by an explosion inside a tunnel shaft in Rafah.
Oh, shit. Yeah, no, I've only watched maybe a couple of Disney movies in my life on my upbringing when I was a little kid. But my mom never had to explain shit to me. You know what I mean? Now you have to explain to your kids, oh, this is what this is. Like
they were laid to rest yesterday. And Sergeant Major in the reserves, Dejen Daniel Sahalo, was 41 years old and from Rehovot. He was killed in an operational car accident in one of the communities near Gaza.
Hit the like button.
The Prime Minister
Thank you, guys.
sent the nation's deepest condolences
It's free.
to the families of those fallen, of these soldiers. They should be of blessed memory who fell in battle in Gaza and in the north. We share in the unbearable grief of their families who've lost their most precious loved ones. We will forever remember our heroes who defended our country and its citizens. May their memory be a blessing.
Moment of silence.
Next to Israel's expanded operations in Gaza.
What's up, Process? Good morning.
Israel is issuing tens of thousands of call-up orders to reservists in order to strengthen and expand our operations in Gaza. Not to occupy, but to expand the military operation. Why? To increase the pressure on Hamas to release our hostages. In additional areas, Israel will destroy all terrorist infrastructure, both above and below ground.
That's right, OB Joe. I hear you.
The Security Cabinet unanimously approved the operational plan to defeat Hamas in Gaza and return the hostages. Israel has made clear, release the hostages and for Hamas to lay down its arms and the war will end. The Cabinet also approved the possibility of further humanitarian aid distribution when necessary. Following the 25,000 trucks of aid that went into Gaza during the hostage release pause.
Wow. I don't even know what THAAD stands for, but I'm going to have to look that up. But he says we have 3 or 4 U.S. THAAD batteries operated by U.S. soldiers here in our country, over there in Israel. Wow.
Period.
Did not know that either.
Not to mention the 1.8 million tons of aid that have gone in before that. Israel knows that at this stage, there is enough food in Gaza. The priority will be...
Yes, Steve, that did happen. That happened while I was in California. So yes, we did get the mineral rights deal with Ukraine. And then you guys saw the ordeal with Russia, Ukraine as well. I think we actually covered that the last day that I had left or whatever. Before I had left to California. Nonetheless, that whole ordeal is complicated because now Putin's looking at it like, oh shit, like now they've got an interest over in Ukraine, which is not good for Putin, and he knows it. Hence why when he tweeted out, or whatever the case is, I think it was on Twitter, but he tweeted out that that no nukes, have been, well, hopefully we don't have to use nukes on Ukraine, blah, 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 all this shit. We haven't had to yet. That wasn't actually a threat towards Ukraine or anything like that. What that was Putin giving a strong message to the United States that they have nukes, and to the rest of the world. They got nukes, and they're still, these motherfuckers, we don't give a shit about, that's the way he's putting it on. It's not like he was actually flexing it to scare Ukraine. He really wasn't. He was actually accurately trying to point that towards the United States. Anyways, back to this.
Preventing Hamas from taking control of supplies, which it uses to fund its terror. Next, on the Houthi attack on Israel yesterday, the initial inquiry by the commanding officer of the Israeli Air Force has concluded that the missile that fell into an open area adjacent to Ben Gurion Airport, our initial findings were...
Yeah, I've got to admit, we have a fun YouTube. We don't gamble money here. But we do have a bet here going. And it is looking like Papa Penguin's going to win this one.
Oh, shit! Oh, shit! Oh, shit!
Yep.
Reveal no malfunction in the detection procedure or the interception systems or home front command alert mechanisms. According to the assessment, the likely cause was a technical issue with the interceptor launched towards the missile. Since the beginning of the war, the IAF have intercepted dozens of missiles launched from Yemen with a success rate exceeding 90.
And so that's where, when they said, okay, so there was a missile that was shot by the Houthis, I believe it was the Houthis, and it actually landed a couple of days ago in Israel, and it got through their air defense system, and it hit close to their airport, their main airport. Now, I don't think anyone actually died from the situation, thank God, but it did get through their air defense system. And they did say that Israeli/US operated air defenses. And I'm guessing that's what Dean was saying regarding the batteries in our possession and also in our control, which is totally interesting. I didn't know about that with the battery thing. Here it is. He says we have 3 or 4 U.S. THAAD batteries operated by U.S. soldiers here in the country. Yeah, see? So that totally makes sense. Yes, thank you guys for letting me know, by the way. We got Joker up in the building. Shout out to my man right there. Much love and respect. Good to see you, and happy Monday, man.
85%. The Houthi terrorist regime...
I didn't know that honestly, I've never heard it be called that, but of course I do know the whole Iron Dome situation. I just didn't know that's what the batteries were called. I've never even heard of that.
In Yemen is a central branch of Iran. They wish to destroy Israel. So in discussions with our US partners, Israel knows well how to defeat and how to destroy this threat. Houthis and Iran should be in no doubt of that. Okay, that's the end of our briefing here today. Please put your questions in the chat together with your news outlet, and we will take your questions. First question here is from Claire Parker
Hardwire
of the Washington Post. And you ask, how are you calculating that there is enough food in Gaza, and when do you estimate it will run out? Thank you for that question, Claire. Look, when it comes to aid into Gaza, our assessment is that there is food in Gaza. The hunger story is being engineered by Hamas, and it's being repeated, unfortunately, without question.
Now, it wasn't an ICBM, right? It was a hypersonic missile that was launched by them. Yeah, I think it was a hypersonic. But, yeah, Dean, isn't that crazy?
Too many of the media.
And it's the
Hamas
one that made it through?
Hijacked the humanitarian aid that was sent in 2 months ago. But now, Israel's assessment is that for months to come, there is enough food for everyone right now. And of course, that is also in Hamas's hands.
Oh, there it is. So Dean says Iron Dome is our defense system. Makes sense. THAAD goes for high altitude Houthi or Iranian ballistic missiles. Wow. Okay. Did not know that. So it is two separate systems. Okay. Interesting.
Now, it's important to understand that Hamas could release it to their people.
What's up, David?
Our
Shout out to
battle
Mississippi, man.
is with Hamas, not with Gazans. So Gazans suffer because of Hamas. Gazans suffer because Hamas started this war and could end it with releasing the hostages and laying down its arms. But Israel is examining ways in the future to see how we can deliver aid to those that need it, but not to Hamas, but rather to those that actually need it. And the examination is thorough, and it's also we're working out who actually is supposed to deliver.
That's true. We are cooked. We're cooked.
The aid to the people on the ground without Hamas, again, hijacking the aid that is intended for ordinary people. Okay, further question from also from the Washington Post, from Leo Soroka. An Israeli official told Israeli media that the next stage of the campaign in the Gaza Strip would include conquering of Gaza and holding the territories. Can you elaborate?
Yeah, that's going to happen. He's going to be like, yeah, that's what we're going to do. We're going to go in there, conquer the fuck out of them, and it's ours.
Which territories does it include?
All of them.
Thank you for that question, Lior. Obviously, I won't share with you operational details, but Israel has made clear that we are extending our attack on Hamas in Gaza, and we are extending it in the...
So look at that. Dean is saying the live pic of Gaza right here on the bottom right, this side, is about 5 minutes down the road from Dean. That's crazy, dude.
Following fashion, what I can share with you is that we are on our way to defeat Hamas, and this expanded operation will help the return of our hostages. The plan will include, among other things, the expanding and the holding of territories, not occupation, the expanding and holding of territories.
Yeah, it's a little bit of something that we would call a blowout. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And moving the Gazan population south for its own defense, and denying Hamas the ability to capture humanitarian supplies. And also, there will be powerful attacks against Hamas. These actions...
Oh, yeah, big time. That is true.
We believe will help achieve victory. And the Prime Minister and the government believe that this is a worthy plan, because it can both achieve both of our goals in this war, which are the defeat of Hamas and the return of our hostages. The government has also made it clear.
Honestly, this is my take. I'm going to be honest. Even if right now Hamas were to hand over every one of those hostages, the bodies, the live ones, this war wouldn't stop, and Hamas knows it. And so now that it was a big reason for them to go ahead and do this war, of course, and continue the way they are right now because they didn't give them up. But there was an actual offer 3 days after October 7th. So on October 10th of 2023, there was an actual offer from Hamas to give up all the hostages, and they did not take it because it basically would allow them to continue and flourish as Hamas. They're not down for that. They're willing to take it all the way to the end. Just is what it is. Just is what it is. Pablo Penguin says, I'll say this, if you hide behind women and children, it says everything I need to know about your cause. Yes, that is true. And yes, that is what Steve was referring to as the incoming human shield excuses. But it is true. They do play by that rule book, and that's nothing new. That is definitely something what they do. Just like the Taliban. Yeah, that's right. We got extra surprise up in here saying, Mike Ball, should we take Gaza? First, who is we? Meaning, well, I guess I shouldn't have labeled it we. I should have, because it's specifically Israel that's doing this. So I would say, should Israel be doing that? Not us. Our hands shouldn't be involved at all. We shouldn't be financially involved. We shouldn't be involved at all. If they want to do that shit, they can do that shit. I welcome them. Whatever. I don't give a shit. But as long as it's not with our shit, and we can't be to blame for any of it.
That this plan certainly differs from predecessors in that we are moving away from the method of raids going in and going out, but to expanding the territory held by our military and remaining in them to prevent Hamas from taking it back. Israel continues to explore and promote the Trump plan to enable the...
Man, why did he say that shit?
Oh shit! Oh shit!
Damn it.
To explore and promote the Trump plan to enable the voluntary departure of Gazans.
Right. So that's what Dean was saying, is they gave him a heads up. Hey, this day we're coming in and we're taking over all this shit, and you better not be there.
And also, I can share with you that negotiations are underway with several countries on this issue, but I won't be sharing any other more details on that. Okay, that's the last question here today. We've got the last question here from AFP.
Shit.
If expanding and holding of territories does not mean occupation, does it mean that Israel will control these Gaza areas temporarily and not indefinitely? Thank you for that question from AFP. Perhaps you can share your name.
I hate I hate when people thank other people for questions. It's like, motherfucker, I know you did not just thank me right now. You know what I mean?
Oh shit! Oh shit!
I am not thankful for your fucking question. I don't need you digging in my shit, is what he's thinking, you know? Real quick, we got Steve saying the Trump plan, aka whatever the Israelis say is best. Yeah, true. Ghost Eagle up in here. Good morning to you, kind sir. Good to see you over there from the West Coast, man. We are all the way over here in Northern Alabama enjoying our first official show back. But good to see you, man. As well as Christopher Collins. Good morning to you as well. Hopefully you guys are all doing well and fine and dandy. Shit, we got Brother Beezer dropping it like it's fucking hot up in here. Listen, if you guys got a freaking gifted membership, make sure you guys thank the people that are gifting out memberships. It's not free. And listen, they're not only helping me, but they're helping you guys in the Breakfast Club as well. So Beezer, thank you so much. And also for the vest for Lucy, man, that's going to be funny as hell. It's going to be a great photo op. Even if it doesn't fit her all the way where I can't like button it, you know, on her chest side or whatever, I'll just leave it open like how we all kind of wear our vests anyways, you know? So, but yeah, man, I'm super psyched to do that. Thank you, by the way, for the 5 gifted, man. Shit.
I believe I've already answered that question in my the previous answers that I've given. The purpose is to destroy Hamas. Hamas will not be in charge in Gaza anymore. This will free Gazans for a better future for themselves, but also this entire region. Okay, that is the last question. Now,
last question. It was
conduct us in the usual way. So in the meantime, please do.
Oh my fucking God. Oh my God. Get the vest extenders. Yes, I need to get a little tiny chain. I need two little tiny chains. Well, I guess 3. There's 3 buttons. And yeah, I can get the little chain extender there to... That's funny. I didn't even think of that. That's pretty funny.
Be safe, and we'll see you at the next briefing. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
It's all done.
All right, so that was the very latest from the Israeli government spokesman David Mensa, providing the morning Monday update on Middle East conflict and the latest on the hostage situation from the Israeli perspective. This coming on the heels of breaking news this Monday. Israeli ministers approving a plan to capture all of Gaza and remain there. Giving you a live look at the Israel-Gaza border here at 8:08 on the East Coast. Also giving you a live look there in Jerusalem, Israel. We are going to step aside.
So much nicer over there than in Gaza. Can you imagine?
For a quick 2-minute commercial break, our first of the hour. We'll be right back.
No, we're not doing that, lady. All right, so I believe the rest of the news cycle is kind of just a whatever news cycle. We'll go ahead and see what Trump has to say here, but there isn't really much else going on today that I saw at all. Yeah, no, it's not. It's just filler bullshit. All right, so we'll go ahead and end off with this.
2:45 p.m. Eastern Time, alive.
Okay, wait. So 9 a.m. Eastern. So that was a couple hours ago. Secretary Pete Hegseth hosts Peru Minister of Foreign Affairs. Then 1 p.m. Eastern, President Trump to make major NFL announcement. What? NFL announcement. And then 2:45 Eastern is live announcement of Pulitzer Prize winners. I don't even know what Pulitzer Prize. I don't even know what the fuck that is.
Announcement of the
I hate being illiterate as fuck sometimes.
Pulitzer Prize winners, of course. We'll have all that for you right here on Live Now from Fox. So plan your Monday morning and afternoon with us.
I was just about to say,
for another.
You need to use some assless chaps, cuh.
2-minute commercial break. Don't go anywhere.
What? I thought I perfectly got up to where Trump was going to speak. Oh, no, it wasn't. It was just a little tiny clip. That's what it is.
And the president was asked whether illegal immigrants deserve due process rights under the Constitution.
I don't know.
Well, the Fifth Amendment.
If they're illegal, okay, hold on. With this whole due process thing, if they are violent, illegal offenders, you don't have any rights being an illegal in the first place, okay, motherfucker? You have no rights. You have nothing here. Sorry. You don't. You're not even allowed to be here. So, do they have due process? And we got to take their guns from them, run the fucking numbers, see that it's stolen and or fucking no, it's just scratched off serial numbers. Do we have to do all this shit, or can we just say, you know what? Fuck you. Get the fuck out of my country. What's wrong with that? Just saying.
I don't know. It seems it might say that, but if you're talking about that, then we'd have to have 1 million or 2 million or 3 million trials.
Every person in this country.
Right. We're gonna need what, 3 million trials? You know how much time that's gonna take? 3 million trials. Dude, we can't even get one trial in without it being like a 3-month ordeal at bare minimum. What are you talking about? That's crazy.
Deserves due process, and that's not what's happening under this administration.
Exactly.
Democrats
Steve
have hit back, and as the legal battles continue over administration efforts to step up deportations, a clearly frustrated President Trump is talking about reopening Alcatraz, the notorious island prison.
But the lefties love to go ahead and point at the Fifth Amendment, and they love to go ahead and try to misconstrue that works for anybody and everybody, which it doesn't. The constitutional rights, the Constitution is meant for Americans, people that live here, legitimately, that are here legally. I've never heard of a Republican ever go, you know what? I'm against legal migration. I've never once heard that. It's never happened. It's the fallacy that is being used by the left, talking about the Fifth Amendment right, which they don't have any fucking rights here. I don't understand where people got this narrative that they have rights here. Oh, you're here illegally. You came here. No one knows you're here. And now we're going to treat you like as if you're one of us? Fuck no. What are you talking about? We got Dragon Classy up in the building, by the way. Good morning to you. Hopefully you're doing well this morning. We definitely are over here. Due process for illegals don't go in front of a judge. The due process is an immigration agent that determines if they stay or not. Ah, okay. Okay, so it's not regarding just a judge. It's regarding getting an immigration agent involved that determines. First of all, why would we... So I guess I understand what the argument is to an extent with this. To an extent. But still, do you know how much resources that's going to take? How long it's going to take? We're adding like 15 more layers to the process that we don't need to do. Yeah, I see it though. David, what up, man? Good to see you. Mexico is a dope cartel-run state. F that shithole. Yeah, no, I agree with you, David. Good morning to you, by the way. Case law appears to support due process for illegals and non-citizens. Unwinding that could have unintended impacts. And I'm for being pro-illegal. And if I'm for being pro-illegal, we've got to think it through. Absolutely. Absolutely. I agree with you.
The coast of San Francisco that has been shuttered for decades as part of a broader effort to crack down on crime.
And it's just so ridiculous what's happening. And it's long been a symbol, Alcatraz, of whatever it is.
Yeah.
Alcatraz.
So I understand what you're getting at here, Glare. That's interesting because I didn't know that, by the way. I thought the due process was involving a judge. But that totally makes sense. But it can be easily conflated. I can see why. Yes, sir, Mr. David. It's simple. Ask them if they have documents showing you are here legally. No, you're out. Exactly. I don't know why you need much more than someone going, yeah, here's my green card. Here's my visa. Here's my citizenship. That's no big deal. And if you can't provide it, I don't know what the due process, the person taking you, arresting you or whatever, that at that point, that is the due process. You didn't have your shit. See ya. We're grabbing you. ICE coming to grab your shit.
Alcatraz is now a tourist attraction. It shut down as a prison more than 60 years ago. In Washington, Doug Luzader, Fox
We know
News.
that. That was kind of an offhanded comment regarding Trump in Alcatraz. You know what I mean? The left are trying to clog up the courts until the next administration. That is not a joke, dude. Definitely. So listen, ladies and gentlemen, this goes ahead and wraps us up for the freaking day. Let's go ahead and find someone to raid before we close this bitch down. Let's see if there's anyone live right now. We've got to go ahead and refresh my side here, redirect, and let's go ahead and see who is live, if anybody. No, man, there's only Destiny live and Chaotic Truth. Well, I'm going to send you guys over to Chaotic Truth. That's what I'm going to do. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, I can't thank you all enough so much for hanging out with us, man. You guys could have been anywhere else in the world, but you guys decided to be right here with me, man. Thank you guys for hitting the like button on your way in the middle, or even at the end of the show, man. All that matters is that you guys did it. It's free to do so, by the way. You know what I mean? It goes a long way, and it's it really means a lot, man. So I can't thank each and every single one of you guys enough. We'll see you guys tomorrow morning for more of the world's madness. And until then, God bless and much love, honor, respect, everybody. We'll see you guys later.
From the depths of darkness, a voice emerges, a host with a fire burning in his soul. With a heart steel and a spirit unbroken, he rides on two wheels ready to claim his throne. Amidst the chaos and the thunderous roar, insane wheels rise as a force to be reckoned with. Fueled by the tears back to cry.